Hi, I'm Joanna, and this is the third video in my ukulele tutorial series for kids, especially my lower and middle school students and their families. If you haven't gone through the first two videos, please be sure you do that before you do this one, where we're going to learn to play a chord, because you need to know all about the different strings and how to tune your ukulele before you start playing chords. So our first chord is going to be the C chord, and it sounds like this. And we need to review that left hand position, because so far your left hand has just been holding it here and not really doing anything, but now we're actually going to use it. So this is the part where if you're left-handed, you will actually have a little bit of an advantage at first. So do the handshake position with your left hand, and then put it under there around that joint of the finger so that there's some space here, so that you're not squeezing the ukulele. That's a common problem that kids have, and then their thumb starts to hit these strings and they wonder why it doesn't sound good. So be sure your thumb stays back behind where the strings are. It may be hanging over the edge, or it may even be back here if you have small hands. And to play the C chord, we're going to put one finger on the A string. So if you remember our string names, G, C, E, A, we're going to count the frets from this end. So count these black rectangles. 1, 2, 3. And it's fun on your ukulele to count how many frets you have, because ukuleles vary. Mine has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. But I believe our school ukuleles only have 12. And your one at home, if it's like our school ones, will too. But for now, we're only going to the third. 1, 2, 3. And for younger kids, like the 6- and 7-year-olds, I'm letting them use kind of whatever finger they want to. If you're older and you're planning to go on to more chords, the best finger to use is your third finger. 1, 2, 3, right here. But you can also try it with your second finger if the third finger is just too hard to control right now. And you're going to put it on the A string in the 3rd fret. And what's appearing on the screen right now is a graphic of a chord chart or a tablature for the ukulele, which shows you kind of a map of your ukulele and where you put the finger. So you're going to put it right there and then strum your strings, and it should sound like that. Now if it doesn't sound like that, check the placement of your finger. If you put your finger up over the bar there, the line that's going down, then you get kind of a thumpy sound. Or if you don't press it down hard enough, it just mutes the string and you get almost no sound at all. So be sure you're pressing down so that it touches the fingerboard, and then that is stopping the string and you get a nice resonant sound. And then when you strum all the strings, you get the C chord. So practice your C chord, and when you feel comfortable getting it, there's a couple sounds we can do with just the C chord. So one that is familiar, I'm going to switch to my third finger, one that is familiar to most everybody is Frère Jacques, Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous, sonnez les matines, din dan don, din dan don. And please excuse my horrible French pronunciation. You can also do it in English. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? Brother John, Brother John. Morning bells are ringing, morning bells are ringing. Ding dang dong, ding dang dong. And one other song that our kids especially enjoy, which can be a new version of the song that never ends, is We're Going on a Trip. And you just keep adding things you're taking on the trip. So it can work all with the C chord. Go like this. We're going on a trip, it's a very long trip, and we shall take a ukulele. When we're in class, we usually have about 15, 16 kids in class, and every person gets to bring something. So the next person might bring their dog, and it would go, we're going on a trip, it's a very long trip, and we shall take our dog and a ukulele. And so you just keep adding on. It's a good memory test, and see if you can do all that and strum your chord at the same time. And if you can do that, then you know you've got it. Now, one thing I want to mention before I end this video is that your fingers are going to start stinging in the beginning unless you already have calluses from playing another instrument. And what I tell my kids is that if it's stinging a little, that's good. It means that your fingers, and this thumb might sting a little too, and these fingers, your fingers are telling your body, hey, we're doing something here that needs tougher skin, and it gives your body that signal to build up the calluses. But if it starts to hurt, please stop and take a break, because you don't want to get blisters. If you get blisters, that's trying to protect your body, but what it'll do is those blisters will pop, and then it will really hurt to play the ukulele. You won't be able to do it for a few days. So please play till it just stings a little and then stop. And before you know it, your fingers will toughen up and you'll have calluses, and you'll hardly remember what it felt like for it to hurt to play the ukulele. So just keep that in mind, especially with kids, so that they don't hurt themselves. So stay tuned for the next video where we'll learn to play yet another chord.